Recently, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, basically said how much he loved the British monarchy, something that we already knew and we're greatly appreciative of. Of course, you know, the president and the monarchy go hand in hand, and we know that really he got on incredibly well with our late and brilliant monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, despite what certain narratives of the media said. You know, behind the scenes, the Queen thought that was incredibly funny, that Donald basically did not adhere to royal protocol, and she had to tell him off, if you remember, a little bit like a mum, stand here, go there, you're getting in my nerves, that sort of stuff. But from that bonded a very good, close friendship. What we saw recently, of course, with none other than the current British Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, and Donald Trump at that press conference was, well, this. As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you, chums. Thank you so much as ever for joining me today on a London tube as we wait to depart this particular station. You've got to make these where you can. And of course, we'll have a lovely wave. Nice to see you. So I'm a bit trapped in this corner here, as you can imagine. But it's lovely to have your company. And as ever, welcome one and all brand new subscribers. Nice to see you. You doing all right? You fancy going on a tube ride in London? Absolutely. Well, join me. Why not? It's interesting. Sorry, I'm only pulling your leg. It's interesting though, isn't it, when you look at that particular press conference yesterday with Donald Trump, the President of the United States, and the wincing, toe-curling sort of situation that, of course, the British Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, had to endure. It was totally embarrassing. And the feeble attempt, of course, of, oh, well, he's a friend of mine. As I said previously, just zip it, shut up, move on. It didn't go there, you know, it didn't sort of end well there either, let me tell you. Because you see, behind the scenes, not many people know that the current British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, is incredibly thin-skinned and was very upset emotionally behind the scenes, as ever, I have to say, allegedly. He couldn't believe that he'd been attacked by someone who, at the start of this year, waved round that royal invitation, if you remember, for a second official state visit. But here's where it gets interesting. You see, Sir Keir and his team could not decide what they were going to do on social media platforms. Oh yes, you see, the problem that they had was this. Could they now include this particular toe-curling press conference, for instance, on their X platform, Instagram or YouTube? Well, the idea originally was to cut out the bad pieces. Well, where would that leave you? And everybody knows what's gone on everywhere because it's beamed live. So that was hastily decided against. Their new communications team behind the scenes at Number 10 then decided, well, they'll just ignore it. But that was a problem also because it's now all over social media. This did not go unnoticed by President Trump. And this is the problem when you're dealing with someone who clearly has got a far better grip and handle on communications. You see, behind the scenes, it was noted that Sir Keir did not include any reference at all to their recent press conference. This is the one, of course, where President Trump highlighted the fact that, well, basically, this is what you need to do to win an election. You see where this went. So Trump decided to go a stage further, talking about, well, climate change, wind turbines and how they're a waste of money, and basically all the good things that are available already inside Great Britain that we could use to fund our own energy. Again, this upset Number 10. But of course, President Trump went a stage further and put out another missive basically saying how much he was looking forward to returning back to the United Kingdom and his second official state visit. This time piling praise on King Charles, Queen Camilla and the Prince and Princess of Wales, omitting, of course, the problem that the other two in Montecito are. This, as I say, has proven an absolute diplomatic nightmare for 10 Downing Street, and one they simply do not know how to handle. Now, whether you're a fan of President Trump or not, or indeed you may be a fan of Keir Starmer, the current British Prime Minister, what you saw was a lesson in exactly how to control the media narrative, and something that clearly Keir Starmer and the communications team out at Number 10 have no idea how to address. Either way, Trump will return in September, and many suspect to a bigger audience than first predicted. And this is all thanks to many people suggesting that finally somebody spoke out in defence of the, well, unnoticed British people. Either way, it's a developing story. Neil Sean in the very heart of London, travelling on London's Underground.